Welcome in this seminar about UPSC Civil Services Examination. Along with that, we are discussing little bit or side by side about MPSC Civil Services Examination. So first, we are focusing on UPSC Civil Services Examination. Uh, actually, when we are talking about UPSC, it is a commission. It is Union Public Service Commission. UPSC is conducting out various examinations. For example, in defense services, that combined defense services, CDS examination, then NDA examination, that is of only written examination, CDS as well as NDA, but that is conducted by UPSC. Same way, for engineering people, they have engineering entrance test, engineering services test. Same way for medical, for doctors, they are having medical service examination. So like that, various examinations are conducted by UPSC. Out of that, we are now focusing sorry, we are now focusing on examination that is called as civil services examination. So I'm revising, we are focusing on UPSC civil services examination. But after getting clear, you can get job as IAS officer, IPS officer, IFS, and so many things are there. So commonly we are calling this as IS examination, but it is actually the technical name. We have to say it is UPSC Civil Services Examination. Now little bit history, because without proceeding from history, we can't proceed to that good level. So first thing, when Britishers conquered India, particularly British East India Company, they conquered part by part India. At that time, they established civil services for their welfare. Keep in mind, prior to that, in India, civil services, that was there. From Chanakya onwards, we are getting all references, or even prior to that, that some civil services was existing. But right now, what civil services we are talking, that is of given by uh, Britishers, and particularly British East India Company was in requirement of that. And then they decided the directors should appoint these people. And initially, the appointment for administrative service were carried out directly through directors. But soon number of aspirant increased. And then they decided to go for some test. So director's recommendation letter plus your scoring test will determine whether you are eligible or not. All right. So this was the critical condition, that director's recommendation must be there. But after that, there was first freedom struggle of India, that is in 1857. And then onwards, British Parliament took charge of Indian administration and Indian affairs. And so East India Company changed to now British Parliament. We were under control of British Parliament. That is only covering change. Inside material is same, but we are not going in detail that. But then they said that Indians can appear for this examination. Now that directors board clause was removed, and anybody from that empire, they can be selected for the examination, for the services. At that time, name of that examination was Empirical Civil Services, that is ICS examination. And soon that empire was there from South Africa, India, everywhere you are aware. So from that they were selecting out the officers. Now the condition was that the examinations were conducted in England because it was Empire of England. And then they decided that Congress, particularly at that time it was Good Congress. So at that time, the Congress in earlier state, when moderates were working, they demanded that we want that these examinations should be conducted in India. Somewhere in 85, 86 onwards, they started demand that these examinations should be there in India. And ultimately, in 1922, first time these examinations were conducted in India by Britishers. So, this is the history. At that time, there was only one center in India that is Allahabad, means modern day Prayagraj. But in latter period, after freedom, we changed the name. Instead of that ICS, we are now calling as IAS. And now the examinations are conducted throughout the India. And in various states, number of centers are there. Initially, we were having 3 centers in Maharashtra, but now number is increased. For detail, you can visit the site that is upsc.gov.in. So from that site, you can get. Uh, Now, we are discussing about nature of this examination. So it is divided into 3 parts. First part, that is preliminary examination. This is something like a filter. This is only objective questions are asked in this examination. This is called as preliminary examination. Then it is mains, which is written examination. Only selected candidates are allowed to attend main examination. And then onwards, it is interview, wrongly called interview. Actually, the name is personality test. 3 stages. As we discussed in our earlier sessions about defense services, the medical test is really important for them. Now, here also medical test is important, but standards are not that harsh as in defense services they required, and therefore uh, nominal standards are there. So we have to consider predominantly for these 3 stages: prelim, mains, and interview. Those who are aspirant of MPSC, for them also the thing is that same stages: preliminary examination, mains examination, and personality test. So structure is same. Now we are focusing on preliminary examination. All right, so you are now aware that we have to focus right now on preliminary examination. Who is eligible for this examination? Answer: the one who is graduate from UGC recognized university, or you are appearing for last year, then also you are eligible. So first criteria is very clear: you must be graduate or appearing for graduation examination last year. Second important criteria: age limit. Minimum age 21 years complete. When you are going for this examination, say for example, if somebody is appearing for this examination in 2021, so on 1st August or prior to that, your 21 years age must be completed. So in which year you are going to appear, on that year 1st August is considered as important criteria. Now next part, that is age minimum. Whereas what is maximum age? Maximum age is depending upon your category. So if you are belonging to open category, the maximum age is 33, 32. Whereas if you are belong to OBC, then age criteria is of 35 years. But if you are belonging to OBC, then please keep in mind you must have non-creamy layer certificate. So if you have non-creamy layer certificate, then only apply as OBC. Otherwise, you have to apply as open category. Third, if you are belonging to SC or SC ST category, then age limit is 37 years old, upper age limit. All right, so it's clear. For open category 21 to 32, for OBC 21 to 35, and for SC ST 21 to 37. Number of attempts: how many times you can attempt this exam? Answer: for open category, maximum 6 attempts are there. I'm telling you maximum attempts 6. For OBC, you have to add 3 attempts, so 9. And for SC ST, unlimited attempt. That means till that your age criteria is over, you can appear for examination. I hope we must have positive approach, and we should not think that I have to utilize all these attempts. But the thing is that I'm telling you number of attempts available for this examination. Now the condition is that when we have to consider attempt, because old concept was different. Old means prior to 1 or 2 years ago. They were considering that when you are going into examination hall and signing your presentee, that means your attempt is. So only your applying, that is not considered as attempt. But right now they have changed. They say that if you are applying, then that is considered as attempt. You can check out on upsc.gov.in the data. You'll find that for many years, the data, whatever they are showing, nearly 50% students are not appearing for examination. They are applying, but they are not appearing for examination. And that's why maybe possible they have changed, because government must take care of all these people. Suppose all applicants are present, then nearly 10 to 15 lakh applicants are there, and for that purpose they have to maintain that sub record. But whereas what fees they are charging is much more less. The fees for boys, it's 100 rupees, and for girls absolutely free. And that's why now they made that number of attempts as important. If you are applying, that is considered as an attempt. Now we are focusing on prelim. So you are aware now who can apply for prelim examination. Now, what is the nature of prelim examination? Entire prelim is objective style only. It is divided into two parts, paper 1 and paper 2. Now here I am considering a present day status, and then we are discussing some old concepts also. So present day status is that there are two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is called as GS, General Studies, which contains 100 questions. Each question carry 2 marks. So you have to score, maximum score is 200 marks in paper 1, whereas paper 2, 80 questions are there, and each question carries 2.5 mark. So 200 marks are there for paper 2. Now both papers are carried out on same day. Morning session paper 1, afternoon session paper 2. Again, till something 2015, they considered that paper 1 and paper 2, both marks we have to add and find out your score. But from 2015 onwards, they made change that paper 2, they made qualifying level. Qualifying means you have to score minimum 66 marks. Then only we are going to check your paper 1. But otherwise, they are not supposed to check your paper 1, whatever your score. So paper 2, you must score minimum 66 marks. But in case of MPSC, they consider both the papers, paper 1 as well as paper 2. And in case of MPSC, your pre-results will be of whatever your score. Say, for example, X marks out of 400, whereas for UPSC Civil Services, your X marks out of 200. Whereas it is understood that you have to score 66 marks in paper 2. But suppose you score 150 marks, then no problem. You are inside only, inside 66 marks. All right. Let us discuss the nature of prelim. So first we discuss that 100 questions you have to solve from paper. 100 questions are there in paper 1, 2 marks each question. All right. Now let us check the subjects you have to study, because it is general study. You have to study physics, chemistry, biology. That means pure science. Environmental science, which is comprising of science subjects also, as well as geographical part also. Then history, national freedom struggle. They consider both papers as separate. History is separate and national freedom struggle is separate. Then geography, economics, Indian polity. Major part of that is Indian, that political science, that is called as Indian polity. These all subjects. So 3 subjects from pure science, remaining from arts. Environmental science is there from both combination science and art side. Whereas last subject, 10th one, that is current affairs. Now there is no restriction for this examination body, that they are not saying that we are giving this much weightage to this subject. Many students are having doubt that, okay, suppose we are considering that we are eliminating out science subject. Will it be okay? Answer, we don't know. If you are going through the previous year's question papers, you'll find that many times they are focusing on single subject to very great extent. In some year they focused on geography. In some year they focused on environmental science. In some year, or rather I should say, previous 3 years, that is 2019, 18, and 17, particularly 17 paper, 2017 paper, they focused more on current affairs. 18 more on current affair, 19 comparatively less, but still, as compared to 2017 and 18, obviously less. But overall, paper wise, they focused more on current affair. So, like that, things are there. So, we are not having guarantee that what you are going to study on that they are going to ask you question. This is particularly, I must remind you, because in those who are studying from Maharashtra State Board, they are aware that we have to go through the wattage of chapter. Do you know Santa Tukaram? Yes. He is there for 5 marks. Immediate answer many students are giving like that. So this is the way. We are not studying for that purpose. We are studying for marks purpose. Whereas in case of UPSC, you have to study as for the purpose. We can't say that any question will be asked on Sant Tukaram or not asked. We are not having guarantee. So this is the thing. I'm revising paper 1 carrying 10 subjects. That is general study. You have to prepare. Now paper 2. Paper 2 is my favorite paper. I like it much. It is testing out your intelligence. This is actually called as an aptitude test, which is consisting of logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, data interpretation, simple arithmetics, decision making, communication skill, problem solving, then comprehension skill. And those who are appearing for MPSC, for them, in comprehension skill, some wattage is given, 1 or 2 passages. They are not translated in Marathi. So only English passage, that is to test your English skill, and 1 or 2 passages will be in Marathi only. They will be not translated in English. So that is to check your Marathi skill. That is the difference in MPSC and UPSC. In UPSC also, previous days, 2 or 3 passages were there. They were not translated in Hindi. All right. Now, which is the language of paper? Obviously, English on one page and Hindi on another page. But in which language you have to give answer? Only darken the circle. So you have one chance. Those who are from able to understand Hindi, for them, the chance is there. If you are not able to get English passage, then you can read Hindi translation. But you must be good in Hindi. Then only. Those who are not aware of Hindi to that level, they have to depend solely on English passage. So this is something about prelim. Now, examination is really important. Many students are not considering prelim as an important exam. Say, we have the problem. Suppose I want to visit America, USA. What the first step I should do? Right now, it is not possible, but when it will be open out, what step I should do? I must have sufficient balance, bank balance. That amount should be there with me. If that amount is there, then I have to apply for visa. Prior to that, I must have passport. So if I am having passport, I will apply for visa. If that is sanctioned, then I have to check for my tickets, and then I have to decide that what place I want to visit particularly. But if I started first study that I want to visit Niagara Fall, then I want to visit X, Y, Z, I will get information of that. Then I will go for application of passport. Then I will gather money. No, this is wrong practice. Many students are carrying out this type of practice, that they are depending on preparation of mains examination. it was true. I'm revising. It was true till 2010. Those who have passed this examination between 1989 to 2010, the preparation of UPSC civil services that was beginning with preparation of mains. The reason is that at that time paper structure was different. Now, as I have explained, that 200 mark paper 1 and 200 mark paper 2. No, 150 mark paper 1 and 300 marks paper 2. So paper 1 carries 150 mark, paper 2 carries 300 mark, means double of that. Paper 1 of general study, whereas paper 2 was of your optional subject. That is the subject you are going to choose as your favorite subject. Now, I am carried out post-graduation in chemistry. So I will select chemistry paper as my optional. Then obviously, if I am studying out that subject till MSc level, then it will be easier for me to score more marks out of that 300. That is the important part. And then that can overshadow paper 1. And so the preparation of mains means preparation of UPSC means preparation of mains. That is true. But right now they have changed. Optional is not at all taking place in the preliminary examination. The second thing that now let us discuss, preparation of mains. We are going for mains now. Who is eligible for mains examination? Those who are able to cross out cutoff of prelim. Only they are eligible. For example, uh, I will give you guideline. Say for example, 1,000 vacancies are there. They will call 3,000 people for interview. We are calling this as 1:3 ratio. So for one seat, they are selecting out 3 students, and out of 3, 1 is selected. So this is called as 1:3 ratio. If 3,000 are required for interview, they will set out cutoff of prelim in such a way that 10,000 to 14,000 students should be there for mains examination. All right. And this way cutoff is set out. It is not that I am scoring out 100 marks, that means I am in. No. Out of 200 marks, every year cutoff varies. But nearly we can consider that 60% mark are comparatively safer. I'm not giving you any guarantee, because suppose all extremely intelligent candidates are there at you when you are appearing for exam, then cutoff may rise to 70 or 80% also. And that's why I'm telling you that it is only at that time only it is taken, but nearly we can consider that 50 to 60% minimum marks are required, then only you can be in. Objective paper, each question carries 2 marks, but suppose your answer is wrong, then they will deduct your mark. So for every wrong answer, penalty is of 1/3 of mark. That means each question carries 2 mark. They will deduct 1/3 into 2. That means 2/3 mark of that question from your answer. So like that, they are going to deduct. So this way your score is there. Then you are appearing for mains if you are selected in prelims. Now, what is the nature of mains? First, 2 languages. This is what Britishers were carrying out. That same we considered here. The first important thing, that is of 2 languages. Out of that, the first, that is obviously English, and second, that is any one Indian regional language. Now, today they have made it is just for qualifying. All answers in mains, they must be descriptive. So you have to consider that in mains examination, we have to write down the answer, not only darken the circle. Now, in case of mains examination, we discuss first paper compulsory English, and second paper any one Indian regional language. If you are belonging to 7 sisters, that is Manipur, Nagaland, and all that, then you can consider Indian regional language as English also. That is, second paper is also English for them, because in India, the Nagaland is having state language as English. And that's why it is changed from Naga Bhumi to Nagaland. Anyway, that is different, but just I'm giving you guideline. My recommendation is there, as far as possible, if you are fluent in your mother tongue and that is in the listed language in India, then take that language as your second language. That is, language paper is only for qualifying. They are not going to count marks. They will just find out that, okay, you are having knowledge of that language to qualifying level. Initially, it was 40%, but now government reduced that to 25%. So keep in mind, language study, yes, you must have fluency. Those who have passed out, those who are carrying out graduation through English medium, they can easily cross out English. And the important thing, anyone's second language, Indian language, you must aware to great extent. That's all. This is for qualifying. Now, what marks they are going to count? That paper I am going to discuss now. The first paper is essay writing. It is of 250 marks paper. Now, in case of mains examination, they are conducting out papers uh, day by day. It is not that on single day you have to appear for 2-3 papers. So essay writing paper carries 250 marks. Now, for that purpose, 2500 words essay you have to write. Just you count out the words. For that purpose, minimum 10 to 14 full-scape pages you have to write. Then only that will go to 2500 words. It was initially. But now they have changed little bit. They say that, okay, first initially out of 4, you have to write down any one essay. Now they are mentioning group A and group B. In group A, you have to select any one subject out of 4, and group B, any one subject out of 4. And each essay you have to write down for 1250 marks, 1250 lines, words. So that means 1250 words plus 1250 words. So they are considering that only as around 3000, 2500, in that range only. So this is the thing. Now, essay writing is considered as your mirror of your personality. The thoughts you are expressing there, new ideas you are expressing there, they are all important along with the language skill. Whether you are able to write down without spelling mistake and like that things, according to which language you are going to select. You want to select it English, you can select it English. If you are quite confident and that lucky one that you can write down your ideas in your mother tongue, you can select your mother tongue if it is listed. Now, this way you are able to go for first part that we are calling as paper 1, that is of essay writing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. These all 4 papers, they are of general study. So what I discuss in case of prelim, that only general study is there for mains, but only descriptive writing. In that, they have added out one subject that is called as ethics. So we have to add ethics, additional one. Every paper is of 250 marks. And then paper 6 and 7, they are of optional subject. In old days, they were having 2 optional subjects, 600 marks each. Whereas here, 250 marks each, but only one optional subject. So only 500 marks are there. Why I am saying only 500 instead of 1200, now we have 500 marks for optional. So only one optional subject you have to prepare. What is that? That optional subject, that is, you can select from the list. Usually the normal subjects are there for graduation, they are there in the list. No problem. But if your subject is not listed, then you can select out according to your convenience new subject, whatever given in the list. But keep in mind, don't consider it is something like a prelim examination, because in case of prelim examination, around 12 standard knowledge is required. But when you are preparing for optional subject, they require graduation level plus 1. That knowledge means, suppose I am selecting chemistry, then whatever till MSc part 1 I have studied, that I have to consider. If I am selecting out geography, then I have to consider MA part first level of geography. That knowledge is required for optional subject. All right, so this is something we discuss about mains examination. Count down the score. It will be there 250 marks essay. So total paper 250 plus 250 here to go. You'll get 1750 marks for these all papers. Then if you are fortunate and studied out a lot, answered properly, you will be eligible for personality test. Your personality will be justified. You can appear for personality test, that means interview, in any one language given. So those who are able to speak in English, you can appear in English for that. But if you want to select Hindi, Marathi, or any other regional listed language, then you can opt for that also. Interview is panel interview. They will justify your personality and they will give you marks. Your total of marks obtained in personality test plus marks obtained in mains, togetherly they will consider your score, and on basis of that score they will post you. दीक्षितजी, मराठीमधला सेमिनार आपला झालेला आहे, तो तुम्हाला आदल्या दिवशीच्या पृष्ठावरती अजूनही बघायला मिळेल. तर ह्याच पृष्ठावर तुम्हाला मराठीमधला पूर्ण मराठीमधला सेमिनार हा आपल्याला बघायला मिळेल. आजचा शेड्यूल्ड सेमिनार इंग्लिश भाषेमध्ये आहे. धन्यवाद. So for your rank will be there in accordingly. Now, out of that, whatever your rank is there, now they are giving you training and then they are giving you rank. That is there. The posting will be there. So you should not say that I want to go for IAS, I want to go for IPS. Where you want to go, that is decided by your marks plus your personality justification. Both will count in the marks. All right. Now this is first part. Obviously from this discussion, you are aware that how to prepare. Now we are focusing on how to prepare. First part, go through NCERT books. As everybody is saying, I am also saying this. But go through old NCERT books. Don't choose newer books. So go through old NCERT books. Once you have to go through them. NCERT book, particularly of 8th standard to 12th standard. Whatever subjects we discussed, that is physics, chemistry, biology, environmental science, economics, history, political science, national freedom struggle, geography, all these books. Apart from that, manuals are available. McGraw-Hill publication is there, Arihant publication is there, Pearson publication, Spectrum publication, like that various publications, manuals are there for this examination. So you can purchase out any one manual. My suggestion is that don't go personally in the shop and purchase out. Instead of that, from these websites or app based, you can call online for that. The reason is that on online we are getting considerable discounts. The cost of this book around 1000 plus, so you will get considerable discount there. The second important thing, the books are very, very heavy. 3.5 kg or more is the weight of book. So instead of carrying out this, you will call, you will get home delivery of that book. So that is there. Manuals are not only sufficient, they are giving you guidelines. All right, what topics you have to prepare. That is the guideline. Then various questions are there. So you can solve that questions, practice you're easy for that. That is there. Third important thing, go to our website. Our means UPSC website is there. That is upsc.gov.in. This is government website. Everything is there, but you have to search various departments. So find out old exams question paper. They are giving you with answer keys. So study out the pattern of exam, the questions, and now start your preparation. So you have now first studied out papers, Then you have NCERT books. You have going through NCERT books. Now online NCERT books are also available. No need to purchase. Just go on reading on various sites. Just search on Google. You will find that. Then third thing, manual. And the next important thing, that is, manual is giving you entry in the subject, but you have to prepare from reference books. So various reference books are there. You have to go through them. So for example, if I'm talking about history, I will recommend that R.C. Muzumdar is name of author. His book, if you are getting old edition, then only R.C. Muzumdar's book. Sultan Chand Publications book is there. S. Chand Publication. Go through that. Or today also mixed version of that, newer versions of these examinations are available. So you can go through that. This is for study out of history. Apart from that, you can get another book. This is really important book for civil services examination. But rather than that, to create some strong approach in your mind, when we are particularly studying out history, many incidents are there. We are getting negative feedback. Say, for example, when we are talking of Maratha history, we are always saying that on Battle of Panipat, Maratha army was defeated. But if you are reading this book, fantastic book is there by great freedom fighter, that is V.D. Savarkar, Swatantraveer Savarkar. The name of book is Six Glorious Epoch in Indian History. I'm revising the name, Six Glorious Epoch in Indian History. In Marathi, भारताच्या इतिहासातील 6 सोनेरी पाने. This book is available free of cost for PDF download on savarkarsmarak.com. When you are going through this book, you will realize the way he is explaining Battle of Panipat and War of Panipat. And ultimately, a fantastic conclusion he is carrying out, that Maratha army was defeated in Battle of Panipat, but the War of Panipat was won by Maratha army. With evidence he is giving, say, first War of Panipat, that was there between Zahiruddin al-Muhammad Babur versus Ibrahim Khan Lodi. Ibrahim Khan Lodi was ruler of Delhi. He was defeated, killed in the battle, and then Babur took charge of Delhi. So ruler of Delhi was Babur. For nearly 4.5 years, until its death, he ruled over Delhi. Second War of Panipat between Akbar, but practically speaking, we are writing in bracket Behram Khan, because he was leading the army. Akbar was comparatively minor at that time, some 14 years old or 14 years young, you can call. But he was just name bearing. Whereas Hemu from Indian side or from Delhi side, Hemu was beheaded and Hemu was defeated. The ruler of Delhi was Akbar. Then onwards, for 40 years, he ruled over Delhi. If that conclusion we have to take, then on third battle of Panipat, the rulers must be Abdali. But after this war, Abdali went back to Afghanistan, whereas Delhi was secured under Maratha Confederacy once again by the great Maratha warrior, that is Mahatji Shinde. This is something very nicely explained by V.D. Savarkar in that book, that is Six Glorious Epoch. So Indian approach is required. You can go through this type of book. Your mentality will be strong in that case. No doubt the English used in that book is little bit difficult because it is old book. So some old English is used. So you have to get adjusted with that. Anyway, so like that, we have to go through reference books. Then on online, tremendous material is available. We have YouTube channels. The first YouTube channel on which page you are observing, that is Man Marathi Manacha. The same name you have to search on YouTube. You will find our channel over there. Another channel, I'm belonging to Savarkar IAS Study Circle. So just search out on YouTube, Savarkar IAS Study Circle. There is a channel where you will find lectures in Marathi as well as in English. Separate playlists are there. Marathi playlist is separate, English playlist is separate. So go through that. Third, UPSC-Guru In this channel also, we are having a variety of lectures, particularly maximum lectures are in English language, but where we have kept big videos. That means a video lecture of 13 hours, 14 hours, like that video lectures are also kept over there. The idea is that you have to start that lecture, listen, as long as you are getting tired, pause it or close it out. When next time you'll open that same video, YouTube will automatically start from that level and no need to search out the lecture again. So like that, you can go through our that UPSC Guru channel. We are continuously adding out newer lectures. Now in this period of lockdown, we are also adding out more lectures right now. And we are carrying out online tests also. So on that part, you are getting tests because this is important part of our study, that exam practice is more important. So only reading, making notes, apart from that, exam practice. And therefore, all these things we are carrying out on our channel. But many students, they are having of opinion that this online guidance is something different and practical guidance is required. For that, in Mumbai, at Dadar, we have center that is again named Savarkar IAS Study Circle. At Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Park, Savarkar Smarak is there. There only our center is there. When lockdown will open and educational activities will be permitted by government, then you can come personally and discuss about that. So this is something we are suggesting you, the outlets, how to study. Now, the thing is that why to study? Because by listening to this all part, you may consider that this is difficult one. Yeah, it is difficult. I'm not saying that it is very, very easy task. No, it is difficult. You have to study hard. Yeah, it's also true. But why? That you must have clear-cut concept in mind that I want to work for nation. I want to develop my nation. I want to serve my nation. Then it is all right. There was one student just in seminar. He was not our student, but he attended one seminar at that time. The question asked, why you want to become IS officer? He immediately replied, I want to make corruption. I want to get bribe, huge amount under table, over table, everywhere. And for that purpose, if that approach is there, please don't go for this type of examination. Your approach must be very, very clear that I want to serve nation. Then only I can say that it is the study is fruitful. Now, apart from this study, exam, suppose many people are having doubt that suppose I am not getting selected, then say my idea is that your mentality should be strong, and not only mentality, efforts also. So you have to consider that in first attempt only I should get select. But if not, unfortunately, or what we are thinking, then second attempt is there, third attempt is there. If you are belonging to open category, 6 attempts are there. I have studied out one case study, very old days, but that girl, she was appearing for this examination thrice. She got failure, and then she got married. After that, many years there was no contact. But then onwards, she decided, because at that time the number of attempts for open category was 4, and age criteria was also less, 30. At somewhere 28 years, she decided, all right, anyway, attempts are going on, I will give last attempt. And she given the last attempt and she got success. So it is not necessary that only first attempt will give you success. But how long you can persist? The thing is that only 1 year you have to study hard. That is first year after graduation or post graduation, whatever that. Next year onwards, what you have to do is revision, because you have studied at depth there. And therefore, you have to carry out revision if required. But there are examples you can check out on YouTube. Various students, they cleared out this exam in first attempt only. So chances are there. But if you're not getting selected, then obviously MPSC examinations are there, or in which state you belong. There PSC, that means Public Service Commission, is there. For example, if you belong to MP, then there is MPPSC. In Maharashtra, it is MPSC. In Madhya Pradesh, it is MPPSC. So like that, examinations are there. You can go to that examination. If your age is uh, validating in that, then you can appear for CDS examination also. You can appear this type of examination. Apart from that, sales tax and variety of other examinations are there. These competitive examinations are there, and you can appear for these competitive examinations also. So this is the condition, that if you are not able to get selected, then these examinations are there. And ultimately, what knowledge we are getting in this all case, that knowledge is important. You'll get a complete transformation of your personality, your knowledge, and everything. So my recommendation is there for betterment of nation. This exam you have to appear. Now I am switching over to MPSC examination, where MPSC examination, mains examination, is also objective. Only thing is that uh, language paper, we have to write down some part like essay writing and letter writing like that. Now, two language papers are there in MPSC, that is English and Marathi. There is no question of other Indian regional language. 100 marks English, 100 marks Marathi, but they are counting out your marks. It is not like UPSC that only qualifying. Here the marks are considered under score. Then general study paper, yeah, no optional subject, only general study paper, and that is also objective style. So this is difference between UPSC mains and MPSC mains. Then there is interview, same as UPSC. So these are the conditions. Many students consider that I will go first for MPSC, then for UPSC. No need to do that. Simultaneously, you can appear for both. Say general study paper, say for example, I'm talking about history. Then for UPSC, we required history that is predominantly focused on India, but little bit knowledge of world history. Whereas for MPSC, predominantly India, Maharashtra, and little bit knowledge of world history. So additional one subject is there with focus, special reference to Maharashtra. In case of MPSC, history, in case of polity, in case of economics, with special reference to Maharashtra only, that is the part. Otherwise, study is also same. And so my recommendation is there that go for go for UPSC and MPSC simultaneously. In case of MPSC, for exam, you have to pay more fees than UPSC. Only 100 rupees fees are there for UPSC exam. That is also for boys. For girls, 100% free. So this is the condition. So my request is there for you that start your preparation for both exam. It is not necessary that you have to go only for MPSC. Many students are having argumentation that if I am passing out UPSC, then I will not be there in Mumbai, or I have to go outside Maharashtra. Yeah, it's true. I'm not saying that you will get job completely in Mumbai, but I'm asking question. Suppose you are from Mumbai, you are appearing for MPSC examinations, and after clearing MPSC examination, if they posted you in Gadchiroli, then you have to go. You should not say at that time, I am from Mumbai and I want to go to Gadchiroli. I don't want to go to Gadchiroli. So this is the condition, that you have to go outside. It is the fact. Another thing that is very, very important, that only if you are having the post that is of class B category, that is called as Kaksha Adhikari in Mantralay, then only your posting will be in Mumbai. Otherwise, it is not necessary that you will be posted always in Mumbai. And this is where you can go. So just wait. Okay. So we have to consider something like that. And so prepare for both examinations simultaneously, UPSC as well as MPSC. On website upsc.gov.in, you will get timetable of the year, when examinations are there, when we have to apply, the date of beginning of application and end date of application, like that everything is there. So go through that, and if you are having any doubt, don't forget that visit our channel Savarkar IAS Study Circle. These all seminars are recorded and they are also there, and phone numbers are also mentioned on that channel. You can contact them. Thanks for patient hearing of this seminar.